All right, it's time to get into the second tip of how to have a stronger relationship. And it starts with you. There it is. Done. Now, I had mentioned before that the very first thing you want to do in order to have a stronger relationship is to define it. You and whoever you're working with need to be on the same page. And I rarely say need, but you got to be on the same page. Let's just go ahead and agree to that. I mean, if you're in the car and you're taking this trip and you're not reading the same map, and you're going in two different directions, you're not going to get to your destination. I believe we can all agree on that. And when I mentioned relationships, I talked about it. It's not about marriage. That ain't it. Because this is for every single relationship. Could be a partnership, could be a marriage. It's your friendships, it's your family relationships. This is about love. Love, collaboration, partnership. And it starts with you. Now, when I said I was on this road trip and I was writing down all my ideas, I really was. Let me put on my readers real quick because, I gotta be able to see things nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to see things. I figured when I look at myself, because we've all done the work, we are all doing the work. It starts with you first. Ground zero, it starts with you. And I know that when I work with people in regards to any kind of coaching, when we get together, when I want to figure out who I'm about to get into this business partnership with, I always say, well, who are you? Tell me about you. And some people have a difficult time answering that question. Oh God, I hate that question. Now, I understand that there may be some previous situations that have led us to not like speaking about ourselves, but we gotta talk about ourselves. Who else is gonna do it for us? So here are the thoughts I had when I was writing down these 7 tips for a stronger relationship. Here are my questions. Number 1, who are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? Can we talk about values? I should probably come back to that one, shall I? I'll come back to that one. What are your black sheep values? Black sheep values, very simple. There are sheep in this world. I know. And some of them are born with black wool. And because they have black wool, you can't dye it. It is what it is through and through. There's nothing you can do about it. They actually use the black sheep to count all the other white sheep, but that's a whole nother thing. But your black sheep values are who you are through and through. There's no way to shake it. What are those values for you? What are those values? What gets you out of the bed in the morning? Don't you like that? If you're trying to figure out who you are, if you want to define who you are, then talk about what gets you out of the bed in the morning. And no, I don't want to hear about, I got a job, I got bills to pay. That's not who you are. That's a task in the moment. Because at any point, you can no longer have that task. So it's not about getting out of bed to pay bills and work. Like, that ain't it. That's not your passion. It's not what excites you. So don't go there. What energy do you provide? Oof. I am about energy. I am high energy. But I also, when people are in my presence, they can feel the nurturing and positive energy that I am providing, that I am giving, that they feel safe in this space. That without even knowing me, there is a certain level of trust that if things started popping off. They're like, you know what? I got a funny feeling this chick is gonna take care of some stuff. I feel comfortable here. I feel safe here. So what energy are you giving off? What energy are you providing? Think about that. And I will say this before I go to the next one. This is really all, like, when I talk about self-accountability, y'all, really. But you have been in spaces and places where somebody walks in and your spirit moves. You're like, whew, there's a reason for it. It's the energy they're giving off. They haven't even opened up their mouths. And yet and still, you are feeling something. Your gut's like, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. Trust your gut. So here's the next one. Because we're talking about you, right? Like, I did it for myself. I do this for myself. What are your best and worst behaviors? Now, let's not lie, okay? Let's not lie. We know who we are. I know who I am. I understand that my job of observing other people comes with a little bit of I'm very precise. I am precise, and I don't have to do anything physically violent to hurt someone because I have observed them so well. I recognized years ago that I had a possibility to tiptoe, to dip a toe into being verbally abusive. I could have, did not. I do not. I recognize that when I put something out into the world, I cannot unring the bell. So I am cautious with my words. I am aware of what I'm saying and how I am saying it. And I stop. And I ask myself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Do I have to tell this person what I'm really thinking? Is it necessary? Is it even true? Is it kind? Now, some of us, we don't like to talk about what we do. Some of us are at a place where everything is happening because of X, Y, and Z, and probably A, B, and C, but it's not about me ever. I'm never part of what didn't work out well. I don't live in that house. I do joke about when I throw my stones from my glass house that I keep my windows and doors open so I don't break anything. Yeah. I recognize what's great about Gwendolyn and what's not so great about Gwendolyn. Now, what's great about Gwendolyn? Oh, I'm a ride or die. Hey, trust. I saw this video recently about how everybody has this one friend that is always ready to fight on your behalf. That be Gwendolyn. You not gonna come for me, my family, my friends. We not having it. That's Gwendolyn. That is me. That's a plus. Now, I'm not gonna be out here defending you when you are not in the right. So understand that, because I can't go to jail, but I am here for you. I am nurturing. I am kind. I am gracious with my communication. I will feed you until the cows come home. The cows, the pigs, the chickens, all of it. That's my love language. What you need, I got you. You need a cheerleader? I'm there in the crowd. I got it. So ask yourself, as we bring it together, where do you rate on a scale, I'll say 1 to 10, of self-accountability? How honest are you with yourself? And this is not one of those things where you are beating yourself down because you feel like that gives you like martyr points. It does not. No. We are not doing that. Just want to know, when things are not going the way they're supposed to, do you look at yourself and say, okay, what was my part in this foolishness? Because we all have a part. We all play, we bring something to the table. It's never just one. Because sometimes it can be, but it's never just one. Now, the last thing before we go to our next tip, are you whole? Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, but what? Some of us look for ways to fill in some gaps. And partnerships, relationships, tend to be a tool that a number of us use to fill in the gaps. Relationships are not meant to make you whole. They complement you. They do not complete you. If you are not whole, the last thing you should do is get into a relationship, into a partnership, expecting someone to make you whole. That leads to chaos. Yeah, not good at all. Not cool. So ask yourself, are you whole? That's it. That's the question. Are you whole? And where do you rate on a level of 1 to 10, a scale of 1 to 10, with self-accountability? If you can answer any of those questions, you're in a pretty good place. You're in a pretty good place. And recognize that we are all evolving. Who I was yesterday is not the person I was 3 weeks ago, let alone 3 years ago. So somebody who don't know me bringing up my past partner, that really, seriously. But let's get into our next tip, which is about communication. That is number 3.